Hi guys, I'm here again with an update on Hardeman versus Monsanto, this federal trial that's going on right now in U.S. District Court in San Francisco. This is the case in which Edwin Hardeman, he is the second person to take Monsanto to trial on allegations that its Roundup products cause non-Hodgkin lymphoma. This is the beginning of week 3, and we are very close to the end of phase 1. As I told you last week, this case has been bifurcated, so jurors are hearing only in this first phase about evidence that pertains to causation, whether or not the Roundup products did indeed cause Mr. Hardeman's non-Hodgkin lymphoma. If the jurors unanimously decide that it did, that causation did happen, then we will move to phase 2, in which we will hear evidence of Monsanto's conduct. The judge wants this phase 1 to be wrapped up early this week. Plaintiffs rested their case last week. Monsanto's attorneys now this week are putting on their own experts. And essentially what they're trying to do is convince the jurors that it wasn't Roundup that caused Mr. Hardeman's cancer, that it was hepatitis C or some other factor. Mr. Hardeman did suffer from hepatitis C many years ago, was cured of that in 2006, and then he was diagnosed much later with non-Hodgkin lymphoma. But Monsanto wants the jurors to have enough doubt that they cannot conclude that the Roundup caused his cancer, that there could be some other reason for that. So that is sort of one of their main strategies. Monsanto, an interesting thing that happened last week, Monsanto asked the judge for summary judgment, in essence to throw the case out, finding that there was not enough scientific evidence to prove causation. And the judge came back very harshly and basically told Monsanto that it couldn't just ignore all of this evidence that was out there, all of this evidence that it did cause cancer. And he had some really harsh words, and I wanted to share them with you. He said, Monsanto has not taken a responsible, objective approach to the safety of its product. And he said a jury could consider or could conclude that Monsanto doesn't particularly care whether its product is in fact giving people cancer. He says Monsanto has been focusing instead on manipulating public opinion and undermining anyone who raises genuine, legitimate concerns about the issue. So this is the federal judge in this case. He has been pretty sympathetic to Monsanto in some of his rulings up to this point. He's the one that agreed to separate this evidence out. But even he is saying there's a lot of evidence here that Monsanto has not been a good steward of the safety of its product. So we will see what happens. Again, the jury of 6 will have to be unanimous in their decision. The case could go to them as early as tomorrow on Tuesday, more likely probably Wednesday or Thursday. So we'll see, and I hope you'll stay tuned. One thing the judge did also say is that depending on how this comes out, he could then, if the plaintiffs win this case, and if they win a third one, which is scheduled for later in March, the judge said he might just put a hold on the rest of the litigation and encourage Bayer to come up with some sort of large global settlement. So that's where we are. You can get more information and see documents and get updated information at our website, US Right to Know, www.usrtk.org. I'm trying to do daily updates, and we're posting all the court documents and the exhibits and things to keep you guys up to date. All right, see ya. Bye.